A single Viking warrior held back an entire army, and a king lost his life. The year 1066 was one of the bloodiest and most dramatic in European history. This is the story of the Battle of Stamford Bridge, a battle that changed everything. In 1066, the English King Edward the Confessor died without an heir. The empty throne set all of Europe on fire. The English nobles crowned Harold Godwinson as king, but two powerful rivals rose to challenge him. The first was Duke William of Normandy, who claimed Edward had promised him the crown. The second was King Harald Hardrada of Norway, who believed an old Viking treaty gave him the right to rule England. 3 men, 3 armies, and 1 crown. Harald Hardrada launched a massive invasion with his Viking army. Over 300 longships, dragon-headed prows cutting through the waves, and fearsome warriors carrying axes and shields. By his side was Tostig Godwinson, Harold's own brother, who wanted the throne for himself. Together, they crushed the English forces at the Battle of Stamford near York. The Vikings were victorious, their confidence soaring. When King Harold Godwinson heard the news, he gathered his men and began a desperate march north, from London to Yorkshire, 300 kilometers in just 4 days. Exhausted, hungry, but determined, the English soldiers knew that their speed was their only weapon, and it was this speed that gave them the element of surprise. On September 25, 1066, the two armies met at Stamford Bridge. The Vikings were caught off guard. They had left their armor behind, thinking the English were far away. They never expected Harold's army to arrive so quickly. The English launched a furious attack, and then, one of history's most legendary moments unfolded. A single Viking warrior stood on the bridge, armed with a massive axe. He blocked the entire English advance. One after another, soldiers fell to his strikes. Chroniclers say he killed more than 40 men alone. The English could not get past him. Finally, one soldier crept beneath the bridge and thrust a spear upward, killing the lone Viking hero. His name was never recorded, but his bravery became legend. The battle raged on, with screams, blood, and chaos filling the air. In the midst of the fighting, King Harald Hardrada was struck in the neck by an arrow. He fell dead on the field, and with him, the Viking spirit began to collapse. Harold Godwinson's own brother, Tostig, was also killed. The Viking dream of conquering England was shattered. More than 10,000 Vikings had sailed to England, but only 24 ships were needed to carry the survivors back home. England was safe, at least for now. But Harold Godwinson's army was exhausted, weakened, and bloodied from the battle. And just 3 weeks later, he would face a new enemy, William of Normandy, at the famous Battle of Hastings. The Battle of Stamford Bridge is often forgotten, but it was here that history turned. A lone Viking warrior who became a legend, a king cut down by an arrow, and an England pushed to the edge, standing on the brink of another great battle. This was the Battle of Stamford Bridge, the clash that shaped the destiny of a nation.